bit of my
and
time.
up there was old Nels.
Yes.
And his father was there.
Nels's father was there?
Old Ammon Wilson.
I see.
Bought a yoke oxen for my grandfather back when Nels was just a little boy.
Uh-huh.
I've heard him tell about him. Uncle Amos broke him. And old Nels was there. Then Leonard come there and tried it, but that didn't work.
Leonard married
Connie.
Their only daughter, Connie.
Yeah. Yeah. But that didn't hold together.
Boy, there's hardly anything left of that place,
No.
is it?
Well, the house.
The house. The
It's
barn,
the same-
did that burn or did it blow down?
No, it burned.
It burned.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Built
now.
in 1916. Pace built that.
Okay.
Well, anyway, old Sophia and Connie farmed there and had old Larry for the hired man.
Uh-huh.
And then they decided, what did they do? Did they sell to Reynold Peterson or rent to? Sold to Berman's.
Sold to Berman.
Berman wanted all that river
That's
shore.
right. Berman bought the whole
So
thing.
he got the whole thing.
Yes.
Well, then Reynold got out here and I guess rented it first.
Yes, and then bought it.
Then bought it.
From the Berman.
That's right.
But that house, that's the original
That's
structure.
the original structure. One thing about it, old Sophia was an awful good cook.
Yes, she was.
When we thrashed, it was between Sophia, Emma, and
Yeah.
Mandy.
Uh-huh. Where you got the best meal.
Oh boy, they tried to outdo each other. What, they were all good cooks, but they were crazy, them three. They wanted to be better than the other one.
And then next door here to the east is the Preble farm.
Oh yeah, that is old Jim Preble. Do you remember old Jim? I don't suppose.
No, I don't
Drove
think
a
so.
buggy.
Now, who did I...
Dick Preble, you see, was his
Dick
boy.
Preble. He's the fella I remember.
Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
But that's the original house.
well, no, there was a log cabin.
Oh, it was at one time, huh?
Yes. Before my time, but I've heard old Jim tell about it. Well, that barn was built in 1935. Eli built that for Dick, 35.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
And when we come to the country, that was Poorberg lived over there, on that side.
Here on this side?
Yeah. Well, Edmonds came in the early 20s. I don't know just when, but they came in the early 20s.
Yeah, they were here when Dad was... Because I remember Dad used to own a manure spreader.
Yes, he did.
With this fella.
Charlie. Galloway.
Yeah.
Or was it Appleton?
Appleton.
Appleton spreader.
Yeah, real high in the front.
Yes, I know. I pitched into the deck.
5, 6 feet wide and
Yes,
must
I
have been
pitched into it.
5 feet off the ground.
The wooden wheels.
Yes.
Charlie and your dad bought that where?
That I
That
wouldn't
new.
know. No,
Bought it not. Your dad built that barn.
he did.
Yes, he did. See, the first one burnt.
Okay.
Barry was smoking.
Okay.
That's what happened. Yeah, your dad built that barn. Charlie. You remember Charlie?
I remember Charlie.
And John, of course.
Yeah. And how many boys and girls came off that place?
Charlie Edmonds, 3 boys and 3 girls.
3 boys and 3 girls.
Yeah. Harold and Carl and Perry, Hilda, Marion and Anna.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah, that was Charlie. Well, he was quite a Charlie.
And that's basically the same house, been remodeled.
Oh, yeah, it's been remodeled, but it's the same.
And now Luke's living there. LaDonna Luke.
Yeah. Her and her husband parted. He's up in Denbury.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Then down here, we used to have a road down here that went down to what we used to call the chicken factory.
Walter Pearson lived there first, oldest brother. He broke up a little and built the first house there.
Okay.
Then he went broke and went to the city, and Gregerson bought it and started that hatchery.
I don't think there's even
Ah,
a road.
there ain't no sign of a road.
There isn't even a sign of a road.
No, hell no. Yeah, Gregerson.
Gone.
All growed up. And then, of course, Claus F. Johnson from
Yeah.
the Susquehanna River in Pennsylvania.
Oh, is that where he come from?
Yeah. Well, he was always going back and working the section there, you know. He was run crew back there.
Oh, is that
So
right?
he'd go back there in the summertime. Well, he was a bullshitter.
Boy, there ain't much left of that place,
No,
is
there ain't much left of it.
The barn lays in ruin.
The house, too. The house is ruined.
That used to be a nice place,
Boy,
didn't
sure
it?
it was a nice place. Oh, Klaus built the barn, built the house. He was a good, capable man.
He did.
Oh, yes, he did.
And now he has a son.
Harlan is the only one left.
Harlan is the only one left.
Oscar, Albert, and Carl all died within a year. Now, that house don't look like it did when Klaus was there.
My goodness, what a mess.
What a mess is right. That was an awful nice house once.
What?
Oh, boy. And you see, this was Charlie Fopian.
Okay.
See, Frank went to insane asylum. So Charlie started shacking up with Emma. And he got her all right, but they didn't bring him home because Archie'd come along after Frank had gone. And they were a little scared to bring Frank home. Yep, that's clear sand, that piece of ground.
It is.
Oh, that's sandy. Yep. Yeah.
And then we come over here to the...
A lot of nice pine.
Yeah, on the old Fred Johnson place.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's Charlie.
Okay. Charlie Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they sure had a wonderful house. It used to be so...
Oh, boy.
It used to be so clean you'd almost...
Wonderful barn, yeah. I don't know if Pace, I suppose Pace built that barn. I'm pretty sure he did. He built lots of them.
Everything is growing up here, so you can't...
Oh, terrible.
You can't hardly see through here
Yeah,
anymore.
we used to thrash there this time of year.
Yeah? Yes,
Last house corner to Fred Nelson's was our thrashing run.
Yeah, that's right. I used to remember that. I used to remember the floors used to be so slippery you'd slide out the door.
Oh, yes. There's the machine shed used to sit there. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a big machine shed there. Someplace in there.
Yeah, that's all built up now, isn't it?
All built up. Oh. Is that a Woodley's son-in-law lives there?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he bought 17 acres for the building. And the big old elm they finally cut down.
Look at that big
Look at that.
Man, that's
Oh, that was some tree. It finally died, the Dutch elm disease got it. Look at the size of that.
goodness sakes.
And that was William R. Jones.
Okay.
Old man Jones came there in the early day. He had George and Tom, Andrew, Will, and Harv. Well, Harv was the youngest. Oh, yeah, and Mrs. Preble and Mrs. Bridget Jones. She married a Jones. Jones married Jones. Well, Harv was here when you were a kid.
That's right.
Then did he sell it to Fogner?
I believe you're right.
I think so.
I believe you're right.
I think Harv sold it to Fogner. Elmer. I don't know.
The old house is just as
Harv built the house. Harv built the barn.
as I used to know it.
He was a bachelor, built that big house.
Boy.
Yeah, wasn't that funny? Yeah. We
Yeah.
thrashed 27 acres to get 7 loads of bundles.
Is
He
that
couldn't
right?
raise nothing. He was the poorest farmer in the world.
This is part of the original barn, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes, that's part of the original. This part was, the lower part was made for horses. He was a logger. And that's all he built that for was horses. Cows up here.
Okay.
And this was
I
built
see.
on, I don't know, Faulkner built that.
This was all built on here
Yeah,
later.
yeah,
One silo after another.
yeah. Lovegren built the first little silo.
Okay, I remember Lovegren, yeah.
He built your silo, I remember when he built it.
Uh-huh.
Bob Summerfield brought the forms. We were thrashing. Oh, Bob pulled in with the forms.
Okay.
But that Faulkner was a good farmer.
Okay, now we'll go down and we'll duck down there.
And that was John Johnson.
Yeah,
John Johnson gave $800 for that 80.
he did.
He was working in the woods of northern Minnesota, and John Humley was his uncle. And he'd come down and visit summertime. He said, if you see a piece of land with good ties on it, let me know. I might be interested. So old John wrote to him. He says there's a place down there belongs to a fella named Moran Nevers. He's leaving after he has left it. There's a shack on it and about an acre open. Better come and look. So in the spring he come down and he bought it for $800. He said there was tie timber. That's what he wanted. Well, he said he had to open up a little more because he got married and he had to have a little more for potatoes and veggies. So then Ruth come along and he had to open up a little more so he could keep a cow.
Okay, that was the daughter.
Yeah, then he kept on grubbing. Charlie Adams said he grubbed nights with a lantern.
Really?
He grubbed, opened up that 80. Oh, there was a little of it that was in woods that Faulkner opened up. But the most of it he opened up with a grub of an axe. $800 he gave for that. Well, then when that damn bank went bump, he lost $4,500 in the bank and $4,500 in Wisconsin hydro shares. He said, I'll never save another penny as long as I live. He built that barn, he built that saddle, and bought a new Pontiac the same year. Never save any money. He never did. He lost $9,000 all in one platter.
Okay.
And he said he'd never save any after that, and he didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Well, when did Hugo come now?
Oh, golly bee, I was to the chivalry.
When?
I suppose in the 30s.
Yeah?
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose in the 30s.
And they never had no children, did they?
No, they didn't. Neither did Fred and Elsie.
That's right.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, I remember a little patch of woods sitting over in here.
Yeah, there was.
Uh-huh.
Faulkner opened that up.
Okay. Does Faulkner farm this now, or?
Oh, yes.
Oh, he does, huh?
He sold, you see, this building site to a fellow named Wright. And that's all he's got. He buys his feed.
Oh, I see.
I don't understand that kind of farming.
I see.
But there was a patch of woods here at one time. Remember that?
Yes, down here.
That was supposed to be a building site for one of the Joneses, and they never built on it.
Oh, I see.
See, George got that down there from the old man.
Yeah?
And one of them was going to get here, but he didn't. Then old Tom, he got down there on Sucker Lake from old man Ganella, father-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah. But there was a strip of timber here, 3, 4, 5 acres. And they finally cut it off. Nice farm.
So Faulkner owns both sides here now?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
You bet.
Okay.
He owns both sides. That's the best 80 in the town now.
Yeah, it's sure. That is a nice 80. That's good land in there.
You bet.
Although the corn don't look too hot here.
Well, dry weather did it. The road here is all right because the blacktop held the moisture.
Right.
You see?
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, old George had 17 kids.
On this place down here?
60 acres, 69 acres.
69 acres.
But he was in the woods and thrashing and lived off the Volga Creamery.
Oh, really?
Sure hauled butter tubs and butter, Albert Erickson was his son-in-law, he's a butter maker. Oh, yeah, and the town of Lincoln, of course, helped him. He worked on the road all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, where does the line go through here now? I'm looking for it. Or does Faulkner own the whole thing through here now, or what?
Oh, that's on the line fence.
Where's that? Down here?
See it? See the line?
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the line.
That's how far down it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Okay. Jones had a little bit of a decent land across.
Oh, that 40 across the road was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty
And that north of the buildings was a good field. There was 8 acres of good land there. Oh, it was good enough land.
Okay.
Sure.
Then it just dumped right down into the river
Into
down
the
there.
river. Yeah.